Battle Frontier, the pinnacle of post-game Pokemon content. 7 separate facilities, offering 7 unique experiences. It's a challenge that even the most seasoned of trainers can find themselves struggling with. However, there is a solution. A place where all your concerns and struggles can finally be answered. Piece by piece, team by team, symbol by symbol. The guidebook to completing your Frontier Pass is finally here. I'm Benson, your guide to the Battle Frontier, and welcome to the Frontier Academy. What's good, everyone? Hope you're doing well, glad to see you, and welcome to this session of the Frontier Academy. This series is intended to provide the most thorough look possible into the Battle Frontier, offering all the keys that anyone could need to complete their own challenge. I've spent countless hours studying the data, analyzing teams, and completing run after run to create this series, and I hope you find it as valuable as I try to make it. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the Battle Frontier and its challenges, though, I realize that some trainers may not have an idea exactly what it is. Perhaps they didn't end up going to it during their time playing through, or maybe they started playing Pokemon with a generation that didn't feature a Frontier. So consider today's session a 101 class on the Battle Frontier and all of its features, specifically the one in Generation 3. Don't worry, the Gen 4 version will get its own set of videos later. As we get started though, if you're enjoying the content I put out, consider leaving a like and possibly even subscribing if it fits your fancy. If you want to see even more as well, I have several other YouTube channels that I upload to, as well as a Twitch channel, a TikTok account, and a Twitter handle. If you're interested in supporting, links to all of those are down below. So what is the Battle Frontier exactly? For those who are unfamiliar, the Battle Frontier is a unique post-game area first introduced in Pokemon Emerald. Throughout the course of the game, you frequently encounter an NPC by the name of Scott, who mentions that he is interested in your progress for a reason that isn't initially clear. Once you've beaten the champion and entered the Hall of Fame, though, Scott gets in touch with you and asks you to meet him on the SS title in either Slateport or Lily Cove City. Once on board, Scott formally invites you to compete at the Frontier, and the SS title takes you there. Once you arrive, the receptionist trades in your trainer card for a Frontier Pass, and the entire Battle Frontier is open to explore. The Battle Frontier is a replacement for the Battle Tower that was introduced in Ruby and Sapphire, and to a lesser extent the Mount Battle Challenge in Pokemon Colosseum. The Frontier expands on the original concept and includes 7 unique facilities, each with their own set of rules. Trainers can compete against the AI in a series of challenges, typically involving sequences of 7. There are 3 different formats that you can battle in: single battle, double battle, and multi-battle, which is exclusive to the Frontier's version of the Battle Tower. If the player completes the Facilities Challenge, they are awarded with Battle Points, or BP, which are used to afford competitive grade items, unique move tutors, and secret base decorations. Each facility awards a different amount of Battle Points, based on the complexity of its challenge, as well as how many rounds you've completed consecutively. A facility like the Battle Dome, for example, only awards 1 Battle Point the first time you beat it, while the Battle Pyramid, which takes much longer to complete, starts out at 5 battle points, so you can choose your facilities based on your needs. There are a couple of limitations to what you can and can't bring though. Pure legendaries, the legendary Pokemon with stat totals above 600, are banned from being used, as well as mythical Pokemon. Eggs are also technically banned, but I don't think anyone is going to be trying to battle with an egg anyway, so this is largely irrelevant. You also cannot use the same item on multiple Pokemon at once, requiring you to choose carefully who gets a choice band, or the leftovers. While this can feel very limiting due to the small pool of good hold items in Generation 3, it also encourages creativity, and almost requires you to consider item options that you may not have used before. There is also one item that is actually banned, the Soul Dew. However, since most players won't have legitimate access to this item anyway, it's not going to be relevant for the majority of players. However, the challenge goes deeper than just earning battle points. Each facility is run by a Frontier Brain, an exclusive trainer with a unique and powerful team. After beating a facility a certain number of times in a row, the Frontier Brain challenges you to a battle under that facility's rule set. If you manage to defeat the Frontier Brain, you are awarded with a special medal, called a symbol, that represents your victory in that facility. There are two different calibers of symbol that you can win, silver and gold. The first time you defeat a Frontier Brain, you receive a silver symbol, which goes into your Frontier Pass to view at any time. Defeating them in a second, more difficult battle turns that into a gold symbol, and earning a gold symbol is generally considered completing the facility. You can continue to win and take your streak further after that point, but the only real benefit is receiving a higher amount of battle points for winning. Also, bear in mind that Frontier Brains only appear in single battle mode. This shouldn't de-incentivize you from competing in each facility in double battle mode, especially if you're a fan of VGC. However, the content that is covered here will largely center around single battle mode for this reason. While earning the symbols is a serious challenge, it doesn't come without its rewards. After earning the silver symbol in all 7 facilities, you can talk to Scott in his house near the Battle Tower, and he will give you a Landsat berry as a gift. Go even further and earn all 7 gold symbols, and Scott gives you an incredibly rare Starf berry. This is the only way to receive these items in Generation 3 without hacking the game, and a really neat incentive for the completionist Pokemon player. There are also 2 additional rewards that are specific to the Battle Tower. A silver and gold decoration for your secret base, earned after win streaks of 50 and 100 battles respectively. As previously mentioned, each facility offers a unique battling experience, which adds to the variety and replay value of the Battle Frontier. Future videos will take a deep dive into every facility, but for now, we'll take a quick look at what makes each facility unique. I'll start on the left side of the map and make my way to the opposite end. First is the Battle Factory, which is the only facility where you don't get to use your own team. Instead, you're offered a set of 6 rental Pokemon to use, of which you choose 3 to make up your team. After winning a battle, you're also given the option to swap one of the Pokemon on your team with one of the Pokemon your opponent used, allowing you to alter your team over time. No 2 runs in the Battle Factory are quite alike, and it's for that reason that it's a personal favorite of mine. Next is the Battle Dome, whose battles are laid out in a tournament-style bracket, and it's your goal to win the entire tournament. Before each round, you're able to look at the tournament bracket to see who's still competing, and you're also able to look at your opponent's team, including some bits of information about their battling style. Although you bring 3 Pokemon into the tournament, trainers are only allowed to bring 2 Pokemon into battle, requiring you to choose carefully based on the opponent's team. It's probably the fastest facility to complete overall, which makes it valuable for farming battle points, if that's your kind of thing. Next is the Battle Pike, most notable for the building's distinctive Seviper design. In the Pike, trainers progress through a sequence of rooms, and players are required to choose one of 3 different doors in each room to progress. Each door has a different random event behind it. It could be a trainer battle, a maze with wild Pokemon, a status affliction on your team, or nothing at all. There is a maid that offers information about the next room, but the information is vague and doesn't guarantee any particular event. Generally speaking, success in the Pike boils down to luck, which is why the Pike awards the luck symbol to those who complete it. Next is the Battle Tower, making its return appearance from Ruby and Sapphire. It's no different from those games either. Trainers have to win a gauntlet of 7 battles against a variety of trainers and teams. There's no gimmicks or tricks to this one, making it ideal for the trainer who's looking for raw Pokemon battles. It's also notorious for trainers getting particularly brutal in the more difficult stages. I'm really looking forward to making the deep dive video on this one. Next is the Battle Arena. Think of this one like mixed martial arts, but with Pokemon. Trainers go head-to-head in 3v3 Pokemon battles, with a couple of unique twists. The Pokemon that are fighting can't be switched out, so you have to win with what you've got. On top of that, if both Pokemon are still alive after 3 rounds, a panel of judges score the Pokemon on their performance based on mind, skill, and body. Whichever Pokemon scores more points in these categories gets to stay in the battle, while the other Pokemon is immediately knocked out. It's a great facility when you're tired of losing to the AI spamming Double Team or Recover, but also makes it so you can't do the same. A trade-off that's, honestly, kinda worth it. Next is the Battle Palace, where, for once, Pokemon do the battling for you.
Venusaur! Oh no! Counterattack with whatever you feel like, man! Wait, hold on, what?
In the palace, your Pokemon decide for themselves which moves they are going to use, making this the closest Pokemon will probably ever get to automated battles. However, this doesn't always go smoothly, as your Pokemon won't necessarily pick the best move for the situation all the time. On top of that, there are times where Pokemon will simply do nothing.
I mean, Venusaur with a question mark.
It's a battle experience that's truly unlike anything else, but the inability to control the flow of battle can make it a frustrating experience. And lastly, we have the most distinctive facility, the Battle Pyramid. Basically a dungeon disguised as a facility. In the Battle Pyramid, you progress your way through a 7-floor maze, riddled with wild Pokemon, enemy trainers, and items to pick up. Each floor is shrouded in darkness, making it difficult to navigate, and the only way to expand your vision is to win battles. On top of that, you're not allowed to bring your own items, and instead have to use whatever you pick up to survive with. It's easily the most memorable of all the Battle Frontier facilities, and if there's only one facility you take on, this is my number 1 recommendation. So now you know what to expect from the facilities, but what should you expect from the trainers in the Battle Frontier? Fitting entirely in line with the Pokemon games, the further you progress in any given facility, the more challenging the encounters. The first 2 rounds have largely unevolved Pokemon, with the notable exceptions of Shedinja and the final evolutions of the basic bug Pokemon. Their movesets are just alright, and there's nothing in particular that you should be too worried about. This is what I would call pushover territory, and shouldn't be an issue for any reasonable team that you could bring. The next 2 rounds up the challenge to include mostly mid-tier and 1-stage evolutions, with stronger unevolved Pokemon and a few less dangerous final evolutions for good measure. Movesets and stat spreads become more diverse here, and there are several Pokemon that can catch your team off guard, but it's still nothing too difficult. They shouldn't be too much to handle, but don't underestimate what these teams can be capable of. The next 3 rounds turn the dial up to 10, bringing fully evolved Pokemon and unevolved powerhouses to the table. These are the sets where teams are not only ready for you, but they'll also lead you to call hacks. Quick Claw, Attract, Double Team, Setup moves. The AI will use anything and everything it can to take you down. These Pokemon also have multiple different sets, which can require you to scout out their moves at times. You have to play really smart to get around these teams, to the point where it almost feels like a Smogon battle at times. Hope you've been brushing up on your Ranbats! Lastly, after round 7, the final set of Pokemon make their appearance, the Legendaries. Every legendary Pokemon that is usable in the Battle Frontier is available to the AI at this point, as well as Dragonite and Tyranitar. While you will also find Pokemon from the previous 3 rounds, they don't end up anywhere near as dangerous as these. Nearly perfect coverage, nearly perfect IVs, and a strong desire to end your streak. If you intend on getting through these teams, you better be ready with your A game and your A team. Don't think that the Battle Frontier is nothing but battles though. There are a couple of other unique features available to the island, including a couple of exclusive Pokemon encounters. The only wild Sudowoodo in Generation 3 can be caught here, and you battle it by, of course, sprinkling water on it. Defeating or capturing Sudowoodo also opens up the way to Artisan Cave, which is the only place that Smeargle can be caught. There's also a stats judge on the island, who will tell you in no clear terms how good your Pokemon are, and a myriad of NPCs with some interesting dialogue. Like this fisherman right here, who's dejected to hear that you can't catch any wild Pokemon in the water. You can't blame him for trying. There's a lot of complexity to the Battle Frontier, and what I've covered here is very much just scratching the surface. In the coming lessons, we'll be taking a look at movesets, stat spreads, optimal Pokemon choices, and deep dives into all 7 facilities. But for now, I want to provide a basic look into what the Frontier is all about. Hopefully this series gets you to take a look at what it has to offer. It's genuinely one of my favorite experiences in all of Pokemon, and completing the Gold Symbol Challenge is as peak an accomplishment as anyone could expect from Pokemon. Thank you for joining me for today's lesson. If you enjoyed, or even if you didn't, let me know what you thought in the comments section below, and consider subscribing for more Battle Frontier content. If you want to see even more of what I have to offer, be sure to check out my other channels in the description below. I have a bunch of videos in the pipeline right now, and I'm stoked for you to see what's next. That's it for now though. I'm Benson, I have been your guide to the Battle Frontier, and I'll catch you back here for the next session. Take care.